Hi everybody, my name is Caitlin and I'm going to be guiding you through a 60-minute Vinyasa flow class designed to increase your prana, your life force energy, just removing blockages that is inhibiting the free flow of your prana up and down your spinal column. So if that sounds like something for you, we got 2 blocks here. They're optional. I will be cueing with them sometimes. We're going to start actually in a supported bridge pose. So if you have a block or a thick book, I recommend grabbing that. Otherwise, you could just meet me on the floor with your knees bent. If you do have a block, we'll take that at any height that feels good for your hips. We'll start with our knees bent and then gently lift those hips, placing the block underneath your sacrum, which is that flat, bony part at the base of your spine. Just make sure it's not on your lumbar spine, it's a little bit below that. Have your palms facing up here. Take a moment and roll those shoulder blades behind you, making sure the shoulder blades are fully on the ground. Whenever you feel comfortable, close down the eyes. Place your attention in and up towards your brow at your third eye center. Begin to notice the vastness inside of your third eye. Noticing any colors, shapes, or nothingness that you see. Allow the muscles behind your eyes to be soft. Now moving your awareness a bit further down into your body, into the breath. So without changing anything about your breath, just notice what is right now. Notice the quality and quantity of the inhale. Perhaps noticing the parts of your body that are responding to the breath, such as the belly, maybe the chest. Noticing the parts that may be more resistant to the breath. For example, for me, it's often my upper back in between my shoulder blades. But notice what is present for you. Now consciously, let's all invite a deep breath into our low belly, filling up our belly, rib cage, and chest. Hold at the top. Feel yourself full of life. And then sigh it out through the mouth. Now that it's done like that, inhale to the belly, the ribs, the chest. Hold. Feel that vibration at the top of the inhale. And then let it go. Last cleansing breath here. Smooth out this inhale, filling up your entire body. Suspend the breath at the top. And let it go. Now we get to tap into our Ujjayi pranayama, our victorious breath. So inhaling and exhaling through the nose, providing a gentle constriction to the back of the throat so that the exhale is audible. This allows the mind and the nervous system to slow down. It allows you to build some heat in the body and recirculate the energy that's already within you. If at any point the heat or sensation gets too much, feel free to exhale through the mouth just to let some of that go, and then return back to your nostril breath. Now the nature of the mind is to think and to understand and to make patterns. So instead of fighting its nature, work with it. Give your mind something to do. I invite you to root your mental awareness into the sound of your breath. Take another breath or two here. Setting an intention for your practice. Why did you show up today? The first thing that comes to you is often the right answer. And if you don't know yet, let the practice reveal the intention to you. Once you have it, one more breath here. When you're ready, gently lift those hips. Slide the block out from under you, and then one by one, roll your spine down. Once your sacrum hits the floor, we'll knock those knees together, broadening the lower back a bit here. Turn your arms out wide, palms facing up. Do like a little bit more chest stretch right away. You can bend your elbows 90 degrees, palms still facing up. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale through center, and exhale to the left. And just letting gravity do the work here. How little effort can you put into these knee sways side to side? So moving at the pace of your own breath here, side to side. Next time your knees fall to the left, we'll let them stay there. Flex the feet back, and then you'll cross that left ankle on top of the right leg. Not pulling the right leg down, but just allowing the weight of your left foot to encourage the right leg a bit closer to the ground. Take a deep breath in this gentle twist, especially opening up that front body. Now keep the legs as they are. Just bring the right knee to face the sky. We'll bring the right knee into the chest here for a reclined figure four. So you can interlace your hands over the shin or under the thigh, whatever keeps your tailbone fully on the ground. Now we begin to sense these opposite energy pulls as your right knee moves towards you and the left knee moves gently away from you. These opposite forces create the space in your left hip for you to breathe into. So take one more conscious breath into that space. When you're ready, we'll place both feet on the ground, knocking those knees in one more time. Take a breath in. As you exhale, drop your knees to the right. Cross that right ankle on top of the left leg. And take one breath in this gentle twist. Inhale, left knee to the sky. As you exhale, left knee into the chest. Interlacing over the shin or under the thigh. Be mindful to flex both feet back here. There is some activity in the legs so that the hips can find support in their release. One more breath into that space you're creating. Ready, we'll place both feet on the ground, arms by our side. As you inhale, tuck your pelvis and lift your hips, rolling up into a bridge pose. As you exhale, slowly roll down the spine. Bring the spinal cord, a little massage here. As you inhale, tuck the pelvis, lift one vertebra at a time. And as you exhale, let it soften one by one. One more time here. Rolling up. And rolling down. So ready, let's bring our knees into our chest. Begin to roll the knees side to side, massaging the lower back a bit. You can go in the same direction or opposite directions with the knees, whatever feels best for your lower back. When you're ready, we'll come to center and we'll begin to rock forward and back along our spine. Building up some momentum here. And eventually rolling over the ankles and coming into a tabletop. So in tabletop position, you'll find your knees right under your hips and your hands right under your shoulders. Spread all 10 fingers really wide here. Slight grip of the mat with the fingertips, just so you don't dump the weight into your wrists. Lift out of that waist, finding the sun, the length, pressing the floor away gently. Now from here, we're going to continue that spinal undulation just on our hands and knees. So as you inhale, you're going to tilt the pelvis back, drop the belly, drop the chest in between the arms, and lift the chin. Cow pose. As you exhale, starting from the base, you slowly tuck, pressing the floor away, hollowing out back, and tucking the chin. Inhale from your base, roll forward, one vertebra at a time. And just like your breath, this is a continuous motion flowing with your inhales and your exhales. If your spine is asking for any wavy or asymmetrical movements, feel free to honor that. If your body finds freedom in the structure of cat and cow, choose that. You have about 2 to 3 more breaths exploring your spine. The bottom of your next exhale, come back to your neutral spine here. And when you're ready, we'll extend the right leg back, lifting it up about 6 inches here. And then we'll extend the left arm forward, finding one long line from your fingertips all the way out to your heel. Now begin to build some fire in the belly, increasing our prana in our belly. So take a big breath in, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, slowly tap your elbow to your knee. Using your core to do this movement instead of rounding the spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, use that core to tap your elbow to your knee. Yes, your spine will round, but you don't want to rely on that as the way to get your knee and elbow together. We'll do one more round here, moving as slow as you need to go to find that core stability. Next inhale, lengthen the limbs. And we're going to bend the right knee. We're going to take the foot from the inside. Now begin to keep the foot into the hand, rolling the shoulder open, finding that first heart opener here. So in any sort of back bend, it's less about height and it's more about length. So find as much spinal length as you can and let the height come secondarily from that alignment. One more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly come back through spinal balance. We're going to drop the left hand. We're going to bend the right knee. Now bring the right knee around towards the right elbow and bring the knees to touch. Bring it up, around, back to center. One more time. Feeling that ball and socket joint in the hip. After 3 times, we'll switch directions. Finding that full rotational mobility in your hip joint. One more time. And this time we'll bring our right leg through center, coming into Vinyasa, low crescent lunge. Keeping your knee over your ankle. We'll keep our hands on the floor, maybe grab those blocks if you want a taller chest. Once you find the length in the chest, we'll inhale, arms up, gather it up. As you exhale, windmill those arms around and begin to straighten the leg, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Inhale, rebend the knee, gather your hands up, offer it up. And exhale, windmill those arms back, straighten the leg. Find this circular motion here, moving as one with your body and your breath. One more time, inhale, offer it up. And then exhale, we're going to hold here in half splits. So let's take our right thumb into our right hip crease. We're going to gently pull that right hip back so it squares off with the left. Probably going to deepen that hamstring stretch. So as the hip moves back, you reach your chest forward, finding these opposite energy pulls here to find a bit more length in the spine and the hamstring. Once you find that, you can just let it go and fold, surrendering to that space you're creating. One more. Rebend that knee. We're going to heel toe the foot out to the right, coming into a lizard lunge. We're not going to hold it for long here. We're just going to lift that left knee and some circles with our hips. Just getting our hips a bit more comfortable in this deep stretch. Switch directions. Now, using some core strength here, without sliding that right foot, can you lift it up and step it back, downward facing. So first down dog of the day, let's just experiment here, exploring how our body is showing up in this shape. So bend your knees as much as you need here to give your spine as much length as it requires. If your shoulders and back are tight, you can widen your stance with the feet or the shoulders, or the hands, excuse me. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Last thing, let's spin those biceps to face forward here, finding an external rotation of the shoulders. So imagine your bicep heads could face forward. Inhale, roll forward to a high plank, finding a slight cat spine. Then we're going to drop our knees, return back to tabletop. Let's switch sides. So when you're ready, extend that left leg back, right arm forward here, spinal balance. Press out through that left hand, lifting out of the left shoulder. Find some height and length here. Breathe in. And exhale, tap your elbow to your knee, using that core. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tap. 2 more times, extend. Moving at your own pace, and tap. Last time. Inhale, extend. We're going to bend the left knee, take the foot from the inside. Kick the foot into the hand to allow us to lift out and then up. Breathe into your heart space, shining it forward. Last inhale. And as you exhale, return back to spine balance. We'll drop the right hand and bend the left knee. We'll take 3 circles in each direction with that left knee, feeling into that hip joint. So 3 in one direction, and then you'll stop at center and switch directions. Try to let the movement just come from that left leg, not anywhere else in the body. After 3 in the other direction, we'll step through, coming into low lunge. Keeping your knee right under your ankle, hands on the fingertips or the block. Inhale, lift your heart here, pulling yourself forward. Exhale. This time, inhale, lift your arms up, off the head. Exhale, bring the arms back and straighten the left leg. Inhale, rebend the knee, lift your heart and your arms. Exhale, straighten and fold. One more time, inhale. Tapping into the circular motion of your breath and your body. We'll hold here in half splits. So take your left thumb into your left hip crease. And gently pull that left hip back here so now it's square off at the right. As your hip moves back, I want you to breathe in and lift your chest forward. And exhale, surrender, let it go. Your head is loose or relaxed. Stay for another breath. Inhale, rebend the knee. We're going to heel to the left foot out to the left. Coming into lizard. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. We're going to take some circles with our hips. Getting more comfortable in this deep hip stretch. Switch directions if you haven't already. And now without sliding the leg, you're going to use some core strength to step back, high plank. Then downward facing dog. How is your body showing up in this moment, in this downward facing dog? Giving yourself what you need now. As you inhale, lift the heels. You're going to roll forward to a high plank. And we'll pause for the exhale. So it's fine, high plank here, building some fire. Kick those heels back to lift the kneecaps, activating the legs. Reach your collarbones through your arm bones to broaden the chest. Really press your hands away from the mat, finding a slight doming of the upper spine. Your belly button is pressing up against your spine. And there's an ever so slight tuck of the tailbone. Press through all 10 finger pads here. Find as much support as you can. This is high plank. Stay for the inhale. And then as your exhale, bend your knees to hover. You're going to shift your hips back to your heels, and then hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Now we're going to have that circular fluid motion here with the breath. So inhale, roll forward. And exhale, bend your knees, shift the hips back and up. Inhale, roll forward through that cat spine. And exhale, come back through that cow spine. Go at your own pace. Letting this sync up with your breath. Two more. Extend your right head, knee, pause. Option to drop the knees, lower all the way down. Right, shake out your hips here, let your hands relax. Now let's press the big toes into the ground, lifting the kneecaps. Squeeze your glutes together here to find some activation in the legs. Now, with the support for our lower back, we're going to begin to lift the chest forward and up, coming into a baby cobra. Let your legs support your lower back. If you'd like, you can lift your hands, squeezing those elbows in tight, feeling the whole backside of the body fire up. Now, option here to extend the arms back if you'd like. Perhaps lift the toes. Again, in these back bends, how long can you be, rather than how high? Stay for another breath in. And as you exhale, let's roll over our knees. We're stuck in child's pose on the way back to down dog here. Just 2 breaths in child's pose. Checking in with yourself, notice how the practice is beginning to work on you. In your own time, I'll meet you back in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up high. See, exhale, bend your knee and open your head. Stacking the right hip on top of the left. But that right shoulder came up, like you can guide that right shoulder down. So your shoulders are squared, but your hips are stacked. Next, inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hip. As you exhale, bring the knee to the nose, rounding the spine, and we'll step it through. Keeping the back knee off the ground. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, step the left foot to move the right forward, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Lift yourself out of your hips, growing longer in the spine. And then exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, halfway lift, lifting out of those hips. And as you exhale, fold a little deeper. Now bend the knees, drop the hips, and you're slowly going to roll up the spine. 1 vertebra at a time. Once your gaze is forward, let the arms follow, growing taller. Inhale here, perhaps lift those heels, growing even taller. And as you exhale, drop the heels and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Clench your hands. We're going to step back into high plank. Now we're going to start Chaturanga Dandasana, 4-legged stack pose here. So if you'd like to come with me, you can shift slightly past your wrists. We'll keep those elbows tucked and lower halfway down. Pause for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, press up, high cobra, or upward facing dog with your thighs off the floor. As you exhale, use that core to lift your hips, downward facing dog. 1 breath here to reset. Inhale, left leg up high. Exhale, bend the knee and open your hip, stacking the hips but squaring the shoulders. Inhale, straighten the leg, square off the hip. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round the spine, and mindfully step that foot in between your hips. As you breathe in, lift your heart. And as you exhale, top of the mat, forward fold. Right away, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time with a flat back. You'll breathe in, root your legs all the way up. And this time as you exhale, we'll cactus the arms and lift the chest. Inhale, interlace your hands behind your back, squeezing the shoulders together. And as you exhale, dive forward. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Last breath. Bring your hands to your lower back and bend the floor. Breathe in halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Stay at the bottom of the exhale, hold it for a moment. And then inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, step, walk, or jump to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, tall mountain. As soon as you exhale, we're just going to Savasana. Bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, gather it up. Open the heart. And as you exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And now with one exhale, you're going to step back and roll down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. We've got 2 more rounds of sun salutation A, building up that prana, moving breath to movement, moving as one with the body. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, gather it up, lift your heart. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. One breath, and we got one more round in silence, moving with your breath. Honor your process, take your time. You're back and downward facing dog, take a big breath in. Stick out the tongue, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, right leg up high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Make the contact, and then gently step that foot outside the right hand. We're gonna keep the right toes pointed out with a slight external rotation in the hip. Take a breath in, lift your heart. And as you exhale, step that left foot outside the left hand, now arriving in Malasana, yogi squat. Press your elbows into your knees to lift the chest. Send your breath all the way down into your low belly. We want to use our breath as a tool to stretch from the inside out. Just bring the left hand down, right arm up. Option for a half bind here. Draping your arm across your lower back. If you feel like it, you can try the full bind, wrapping over your right knee. And lift your heart, lifting your heart. Inhale, bring it back up, back to center. We'll switch sides, so bring the left arm up. And then take a half bind, perhaps a full bind. And then lift your heart once you find the bind. Release the bind, bring it back up, back to center. One more inhale. And then be gentle as you fold. Shake out your torso, shake out your hips. And heel to your feet underneath you. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift out of the hips. And then exhale, fold a little deeper. So we're going to drop the hips and lift the chest, coming into chair pose. Continuing to build some fire in our hips and our root. So we chair pose, let's scoot our body weight back into our heels, being able to lift the toes. Plug those shoulder blades back into your back. So the hips and the shoulders move back as the fingers and the heart move forward. Once again, always moving in opposite directions. We can even take it a step further and tap into the vertical movement, moving down into the earth and reaching up with the head. So you're going down, up, forward, and back, fully extending. Take one more breath. Now we're going to get the arms back. We're going to get to lift the heels here for some balance. Lift the heels as high as you can. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, root to rise, grow tall. And exhale. Shake out those legs. We're going to continue our standing sequence, starting from Trikonasana, mixing it up a little bit. So when you're ready, you're going to lift your left knee. Don't let the hip come with it. Keep the hip down, you're just lifting the leg. First, sense into the balance here. Feeling all those little micro muscles working. When you're ready, grow the arms, breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to twist over your leg, bringing the left arm back. If you want more balance, you can gaze back towards your thumb. And if you'd like, you can grab the outside of your foot and begin to straighten the leg. Hold for one more breath wherever you're at. And then inhale and release back to center, hold it. We're going to cross the ankle over the thigh and sit down. So back in that chair, sense the hips moving back as the heart reaches forward. Sink 1 inch lower. Inhale, grow tall. And as you exhale, you're going to tip forward and send the leg back, finding warrior 3 here. Option to interlace those hands, releasing the thumb and the index finger here for air mudra. Pull yourself apart here with your fingertips and reaching back with your heel. Use the strength of that glute to lift the leg a little higher. Hold for another breath. And as you exhale, mindfully tap that leg back, coming into high crescent lunge here. Nice. So take a moment to find high crescent lunge. Let's all bend the back knee a little bit. Oftentimes in this pose, our pelvic bowl can spill forward. So I'm going to pull that pubic bone up, dropping the tailbone here, finding more neutral alignment with the pelvis. And if that means you have to keep your knee bent, keep your knee bent. But if you feel like you can straighten your leg while keeping your hips neutral, try it out. Feel yourself moving down into the earth and reaching up with your fingertips. One more breath. You're ready, left arm will lead the way. We're going to open up into warrior 2. So, left toes curve in slightly, really pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. Now let's take our hands to our hips. Oftentimes that left hip is higher, so just make sure you neutralize those hips, dropping that hip down. Once you find the hips, then straighten your arms. Sense into the opposite energy pulls here, rooting down, reaching up, and reaching out with the hands and the heart. Sam, a little pause. I'm going to cut this out of the video. Can you check if I'm still recording?
I did check a few minutes ago, and yes.
Okay, cool. How long has it been? 34 minutes?
34.
Lit. Cool. And action. Hold here for one more breath. Now, finding this movement here with our breath. As you inhale, we'll begin to gather the arms up, straightening the right leg. And as if you're moving through molasses, you're going to exhale, moving back into warrior 2. Inhale, offer it up, straighten the leg. extend hip forward and then reach back, reverse. As you exhale, cartwheel your arms down, low lunge. We're gonna step back, perhaps keeping that right leg lifted. If you'd like to try Ekapada Chaturanga, three-legged staff pose. Find your flow, inhale up, and exhale down. Take a breath here in down dog. Now we're gonna try jumping into Malasana. So as you bend your knees, or as you inhale, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, step your feet outside your hands, around your neck foot. Cool. So first, take a few breaths here, settling into this once again, noticing how your hips feel differently now than when you first got into it. You're more than welcome to take those bindings again if you'd like. You can also hold stillness. Oh, I didn't keep this in last time, but if you have the block and you want a little bit more support for the hips, you can always sit on the block. If you want to come with me, we can try Bakasana crow pose, a little arm balance here. So if you're coming with me, we're going to bring our hands about shoulder width apart. Spin the elbows inside, tucking your elbows in. Then we're going to lift our heels and gently place the inside of our knees on our triceps as high as we can. Then you're going to bend your elbows, coming into a little chaturanga shelf. As you lean forward and slowly lift one foot at a time. Equal parts balance and strength. Equal parts effort and effortlessness. Play around here. If you fall out, that's totally fine. We're just playing around. Stay for another breath or until you feel satisfied. Slowly come back to Malasana. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, slowly fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale, chair pose here. And safely exhale. Inhale, lift those heels, arms back. And exhale, lift your legs. We're going to try the balancing sequence on the other side. So when you're ready, we're going to lift the right knee. First, finding the balance, making sure your hips stay neutral. And then when you're ready, lift the hips. Breathe in. And exhale, twist over the knee, bringing your right hand behind you. Perhaps gazing towards your thumb. Stay here or grab the outside of the right foot. And begin to straighten your leg. One more breath. Inhale back to center. As you exhale, cross the right ankle over the left leg and sit down. Once again, the hips are moving back as the chest is reaching forward. Stay for another breath. Inhale, back to center. And then as you exhale, you're going to tip forward, send the leg back, finding that warrior three once again. Use the strength of the right glute to lift the leg up a little higher. Breathe in, pull yourself apart. And as you exhale, bend your left knee, slowly tap down, high crescent lunge. Cool. So in this high crescent lunge, let's bend our back knee, neutralize our hips, so our pelvic bowl doesn't spill forward. Once you find that neutral alignment in the hips, you can begin to straighten the right leg however much you can. And reach the arms up. This will sink 1 inch lower. Build in that fire. Stay for one more breath. Next, inhale, open up into warrior two, spinning on the inside of that back foot, and bending your left knee. Now, take your hands to your hips. If that right hip is up, gently guide it down. If your pelvic bowl is stowed forward, pull that pubic bone up. Find this alignment in the hips, and then straighten the arms. So feel into your feet and your shoulders rooting down as the crown of your head reaches up. And sensing your hands reaching out along with your heart. Sink 1 inch lower. Stay for one final breath. Now inhale, flip the palms straight in your limbs. And exhale, gently press it down. Find your flow. Inhale. Exhale. Final time. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down, low lunge. Step back, perhaps keep that left leg lifted, and go through your Vinyasa. If the Vinyasa does not feel like a reset to your spine, don't do it. Be intentional about why you choose to do it. Take a breath. All right, inhale, bend your knees, look forward. And exhale, top of the mat, however you get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, all the way up. And exhale, bring it in. All right, we're going to try this sequence now, breath to movement, adding on a few more postures and playing with our elements. So, when you're ready, bring the left knee up. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, standing figure 4. Now you can stay here, or you can finish the wrap coming into Garudasana, eagle pose. So squeeze those inner thighs together. And then we're gonna bring the left arm under the right. Single clasp, hugging yourself, or double clasp if you can find your hands. Lift those elbows up, separate the shoulder blades. And breathe into the back side of your heart. So this is a heart opener, but just for the back side. Send your breath in between the shoulder blades for one more. Stay on that right foot. Inhale, unwrap. As you exhale, you're gonna find warrior 3. Stay for the inhale. As you exhale, slowly tap down, high crescent lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. And exhale, settle. Inhale, straighten the limbs. Exhale, let it settle. This time, straighten the limbs. We're going to come to reverse triangle. And as you exhale, you'll send the hips back as you reach your chest forward, forward, forward. Then eventually dropping that right hand down onto the shin or a block, and the left arm comes up. Really spin your chest open to the side as if you're in between 2 panes of glass. A lot of your weight is in the outer edge of that back foot and your front big toe. Let those anchor you. If you'd like, you can spin that left arm underneath you and then overhead for one long line in that left side. Perhaps extending the right arm forward if you'd like some core challenge here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach it up, reverse. And exhale, cartwheel your arms down. We're gonna stay on that left hand and open up into side plank here. So you can either come onto the left hand or the forearm if that's more comfortable for you. Option to drop the back knee if you'd like more support. You can also stagger the feet. Or if you're looking for more core challenge, you can lift the right leg off the left, coming into like a fallen star type shape. I got endless ideas, endless options. If you want to keep going, you can flip your dog here, coming into wild thing. Reaching your hips and your heart up to the sky. Wherever you're at, stay for one more breath. With control, come back to high plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. We've got one more side in our standing sequence. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, half or lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up to mountain. Exhale, toes. When you're ready, we're going to lift our right knee. Breathe in, arms up. And as you exhale, twist over your leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right ankle over the left. Sit down. Stay here or finish the wrap coming into eagle on the other side. So the right leg is over the left and the right elbow comes under the left. Single or double clasp. Lift the elbows up. Sink a little lower in your hips. And breathe into the back side of your heart. Find a single non-moving point on the floor in front of you. Setting your drishti, your single point of focus. Again, we're giving the mind something to do. We're working with the nature of the mind, which is to focus on something and understand. So go to the breath for one more. Inhale, unwrap, stay on that leg. And then as you exhale, tip back, warrior three. Stay for the inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, high crescent lunge. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, settle. Inhale, straighten the limbs, gather it up. Exhale, settle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Tipping back. And as you exhale, shift the hips back, reach your chest forward as much as you can, and then find Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right arm up, right shoulder spinning open, fully facing that side. Press your hips forward slightly so they're right underneath you, and that left inner thigh should be spinning open to the side as well. Stay here or windmill that arm around and overhead. Feeling one long line in that right side. Option to lift the left arm for a little core challenge for 3, 2, 1. Use your core, lift up, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down, low lunge. Stay on the right hand, we're gonna step back, opening up into side plank here. Option to come onto your knee or your forearm. You can lift that left leg. Another option, take wild thing. Just explore for the next 2 breaths. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Shake out your hips. We're gonna come into Sphinx pose here. Come onto your forearms. Place your hands on the ground and pull the hands back to energetically lift the chest. So your hands are not actually moving back, you just have that action so that the chest can lift more naturally. Keep shaking out those hips, make sure the lower back is loose. We do a lot of forward bending and forward folding, flexion of the hips, so it's nice to counter that and really open the front of the hips. Gaze left, stretching the right side of your neck. Look to the right. Gaze forward, stick your chin forward slightly and then tuck your chin. Continuing to press with the forearms here, feeling that you're stretching your neck and your upper back. If you'd like, you can take some half neck circles only if that feels good. Come back to center, lift the head, breathe in. Exhale. All right, we're gonna come back into child's pose and now hold this for a little bit longer. So bring the toes together, knees apart, arms extended overhead. And let the forearms come down. Just fully surrender yourself to gravity, to your mat, and to your yoga practice.
Child's pose is a great opportunity to check in with yourself. How are you doing? Notice the state of your being now versus when you stepped onto your mat. Come back to your intention that you set at the beginning. If you lost it, choose to recommit to it now. As we begin to cool the body down, we're going to take that energy we've cultivated and now send it into the parts of us that need it most. We're finding all of this space, and now we're beginning to refill the space. Refill it wisely. I personally like to refill it with love and compassion and faith. I don't want to just stay empty. I want to be full. When you're ready, come back to a downward facing dog. Bring our right knee to our right wrist, setting up for half pigeon. We'll lay our shin down however it wants to. Flex that right foot back so you protect the knee in this twist. We'll first find tall pigeon here, so hands on the floor, lift your chest. If you want the heart opener, you can interlace your hands behind your back and reach those hands back as the heart moves forward. Stay for another inhale. And as you exhale, release and just surrender your heart. We'll stay here for 5 deep breaths. Option to put a block under your right hip if you need a bit more support today. Send all that warmth of your breath and your prana, and send it to the sensation you feel in your right hip. Last one. Stay here if you feel the release happening. If you'd like to transition, come up onto your hands. We're just going to gently sit on that right hip and swing the leg around, coming into like a half straddle. So your right foot is on the inside, your left leg is extended. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist to your right knee, grab it with your left hand. Now, if that left hip came up, gently guide it down. You can stay in this twist here, or if you want a back stretch, you can bring the right arm up and over towards your toes. So you're both in a twist and a side bend here. The more you twist, the more you'll feel it in the side of your back. Send your breath towards the sensation you're feeling. Lean into it. Don't run from it. One more inhale, reach for your toes. Exhale. Inhale, grow tall, lengthen back up. You're going to twist to your left leg, fully twist your torso, and then walk your hands forward here. And fold. Grabbing whatever's accessible here. Stay for another 2 breaths. Inhale, come on up. Bring your right hand behind you, and then lift those hips. Reach the heart up. Let this feel good. You're ready, slowly bring the hips back down. Bend the knees wide. And windshield wiper those legs. Just letting that side go. When you're ready, we'll come to half pigeon on the other side. So we'll transition from downward facing dog. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. Let the shin lay down however it wants to. You don't need it to be parallel. Flex your left foot back for knee protection. Find as much height as you can. If you want that heart opener, you can find the opposite interlace behind your back. Squeeze those shoulders together. So pull your hands back as you reach forward with the heart here, finding the balance. Inhale. And exhale, surrender the heart. 5 breaths. What can you let go of? Instead of searching the mind for the answer, go to the body. Trust the wisdom of your own body. Trust that it knows what to do without needing words to figure it out. Last 2 breaths. Stay here if you'd like, or come up onto your hands. And gently sit on that left hip, swing the leg around. So now I'm going to mirror you. You'll have your left foot in, right foot out, or right leg out. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist your left leg and grab it with your right hand. If that right hip came up with you, guide it down. Now stand twist or bring the arm up and over, finding the side bend. Twist a bit more open to the left, feeling a deeper stretch in the side. Take a big breath into your left side body. Last one, reach for the toes. As you exhale, release into the space. Inhale, left arm leads the way up. Twist to your right leg and forward fold. 3 breaths here. Come on up. Bend both knees, windshield wiper, side to side. Come to Garudasana, butterfly. So soles of the feet together, rock on those sits bones, finding that contact. Pull your ankles towards you to lift your chest. More than welcome to blocks underneath your knees if you'd be more support and a gentler option today. If you want more sensation, you can keep a straight spine and reach with your heart, beginning to forward fold. Find as much length as you can in the heart before you round the back. Last one. Come on up. Close the knees, shake off the legs. Straight the legs here. Alright, grab your hand, or take your hands, grab your thighs. You're gonna externally rotate the muscle out of the way so your sits bones are really on the ground. Find staff pose first here. So use those postural muscles. Lift your heart forward. Feel your body rooting down, reaching up. And let the arms grow with you. Inhale. As you exhale, reach with your heart for your feet. Reach as far forward as you can. And then fold. One more time. Inhale, lift your heart, reach forward. Exhale.
Hands behind you. Just lift those hips and shake it out, letting the lower back reset. Okay, let's come to a seat. Another pause, another time check. Oh yeah. One up. Out. Okay. When you're ready, we'll bend our knees and we're just slowly roll down onto our backs. So here we are back where we started. Let this support from the ground feel good. Nothing you have to do here. You're ready, we'll straighten the left leg and bring the right knee to the chest. Bringing it around and up towards the right shoulder, feeling that compression in the right hip. Breathe in. Bring the knee back to center. And we're guiding over for a twist. Keep your right shoulder on the ground here. You don't want to over twist. If you'd like a chest stretch here, you can bend your right elbow, palm facing up. Inhale through center, recenter your hips, and we'll switch sides. So straighten the right leg, bring the left knee into the chest, and then around towards the left shoulder. One more breath here. Inhale, come through center. And then as you exhale, take a twist. Keep your left shoulder on the ground. Option to bend the left elbow for a chest stretch. One more deep breath, finding space between each vertebra. And as you exhale, lean out your spine just a little deeper. Inhale through center. Recenter those hips. Bring both knees into the chest here. We'll finish with happy baby pose. So bring the arms on the inside of the legs. Reach around for the calves, the ankles, the feet. Whatever is accessible to keep your whole spine on the ground. If you'd like to rock side to side, you're more than welcome to, only if that feels good for your lower back. Let's all stay here for one final breath. In through the nose. Hold it at the top. Hold it. Feel that expansion, that vibration between each cell in your body. Take an extra sip of air and let it go. The knees come back in and just let your legs straighten on the ground. Palms facing up, shoulder blades underneath you. Final posture together is Savasana, corpse pose. Shifting our practice from doing to fully being. Letting go of any control of the breath. Continue to place your attention in and up at your brow. Just living in the vastness of your third eye space. Shavasana, there's nothing to do, nothing to be, except right here, right now. Slowly begin to deepen into your breath once again. Let it be gentle. Beginning to re-enliven the body through the breath. Breathing is our source of our prana. It's the way for that life force energy to enter us. That's why breathing practices in yoga are called pranayama. The breath itself is not the life force. It's what it provides and what it brings into you that is the life force. The life force is what allows you to breathe. It's what makes breathing possible. Once you feel that prana enter you, you can begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, dispersing the prana throughout your body. Eventually, extending the arms overhead, pointing the toes, feeling those opposite energy pools growing you taller. Eventually bend one knee at a time and roll onto either side, cradling the head in the arm. Take a moment in the fetal position to be within yourself. Thank yourself for showing up today. I invite you to set an intention for the rest of your day. If you were vibing with that intention you set at the beginning of practice, recommit to it off of your mat. Or maybe take something you learned today and take it with you. Whatever it is for you, trust it. Keep it sacred in your heart. And make your way into a seat. Keeping the eyes closed. Bring the hands together at our heart center, resting our thumbs on our sternum. Lift your heart up to your thumbs. And one last time, sense into these opposite energy poles, rooting you down into the earth and reaching you up to the sky. And here you are in the middle, made of both earth and sky. Let's take one final breath in together as you reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, open the arms and open the eyes. Set it free. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. My